is CNN News 18's mega exclusive input by Manoj Kumar Gupta. Khalistani terrorist group Sikhs for Justice protested against Russia and India at the consulates in New York and Toronto, raising slogans against the stand on the separatist movement. Now, since the assassination of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar, which Canada has termed as a murder for hire plot based on intelligence tip-off, and India has vehemently denied the allegations, several top leaders have now visited Russia. And according to sources, Khalistani supporters believe Russian media platforms RT India and Sputnik have now started running a global disinformation campaign against Khalistan referendum at the behest of the Modi regime. So these are the latest inputs that we are tracking from the ground. India has also designated Vinay Quatra, Indian ambassador to the US, to coordinate with the Russian diplomats. Now, according to the sources, Russian agencies have started providing intelligence and logistics to India's RAW and NSA against pro-Khalistan Sikhs. Quatra is already a target of pro-Khalistan Sikhs in America. Remember, according to the sources, urged by the cooperation between the two countries, the Khalistan sympathizers are likely to target Russian consulates and diplomats in America. These are the latest inputs that we're tracking from the ground. Now, joining us on the broadcast for a better perspective into the entire situation is Siddhant Mishra. A very good morning, Siddhant. Siddhant, there are a lot of provocative slogans against both Prime Minister Modi and President Putin that have drawn global attention in the past also. Now, according to the current reports, intelligence sources are revealing heightened efforts to counter SFJ's activities, with authorities also confident of taking action against its leaders soon. How are India and Russia collaborating to address all of these provocations?
Well, that's right. This is exactly what Manoj Gupta is reporting. Sikh for Justice is now targeting Russian diplomats for supporting Modi's regime, transnational repression against pro-Khalistani Sikhs. Now, Successionist Group for Justice on 13 December seized consulates of Russia and India in New York and Toronto and raised Russia-India terror states down with Putin Modi for supporting India's government transnational repression against pro-Khalistani Sikhs. Since the assassination of Nijjar, the Khalistani groups have targeted Minister Jai Shankar, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, etc., etc. Now, Russia's Putin has now forged an alliance with Modi's India on transnational repression against pro-Khalistani Sikhs. This is what the Khalistani groups are alleging. In fact, the Russian media platforms, RT India and Sputnik, have started running a global disinformation campaign against Khalistani referendum at the behest of Modi's regime. This is what the Khalistani groups are alleging. And they have also alleged that the Indian ambassador to US, Vinay Quatra in Washington, is coordinating with the Russian diplomats. And now Russian agencies have started providing intelligence and logistics to India's RAW and NSA. Well, all these allegations have no proof to substantiate, but perhaps they want to target India, and they also want to target any country which is friends with India, any country which and India-Russia ties are time tested and a very close relationship both countries have, which the Khalistanis are not liking. Now, Manoj Gupta is telling us that the top intel sources, I have to say that they are in touch with the counterparts about these activities. The counterparts here is Russia. He is projecting himself as a global terrorist but behaving like a street. That is what Indian intelligence people are saying about Pannoon, because they usually don't take Pannoon very, very seriously, given his track record and perhaps, the kind of sermons and the kind of all the gyans that he gave sitting before the television screen. And Indian Intel also has to say that he's in the habit of speaking against everyone and soon be behind the bars. So since Trump coming to power in January, the scenarios will change perhaps when it comes to the successionist group Sikh for Justice is concerned. And this is, Manoj Gupta has to say that this is out of desperation that such videos are being made, and the Russia is being now targeted, Russian diplomats are being targeted, RT India and Sputnik are being blamed for pulling government's narrative. It's all being done because he knows that from January scenarios could get changed. The Republicans and Trump are not going to pamper Pannoon the way Democrats used to do.
Right, Siddhant, thank you so much for bringing all those details. Well, what impact does